Hey everyone and welcome back to a new video. I'm playing Celeste right now and it's fantastic. It's such a straightforward platformer with very nice abilities and a level design that's just overall almost flawless, right? And I could totally speedrun this game, like actually, because it's just so straightforward. You just have to remember the sequence that you have to do in order to finish the challenge ahead of you, and you have to memorize everything. If only I had the time to do so. Well, but let's talk about what is Celeste and should you buy Celeste. So I'd like to focus my review of Celeste actually not purely on the gameplay. While the gameplay itself is just fantastic overall, it's a great experience, it's also not that interesting overall. Yes, it's the main part of the game throughout the 7 chapters and what's behind, of course, the storyline. But what's even more interesting is the characters that you will meet, the interactions that you will have. That actually rounds up Celeste to a nearly flawless experience overall.
One of them is Mr. Oshiro, a hotel owner that's actually dead for a few centuries already. And that overall is a story as well that I don't want to spoil to you, but just be ready to be a little bit spooked and also having a good time with the platforming of those sections. Then we have the old lady who's just seemingly living on the mountain and kind of actually being very cool because she's teasing us with how the mountain's actually maybe a little bit too much of a challenge for us and how the mountain keeps her young and sharp. Last but not least, we'll also meet Theodore or Theo, and he's a cool guy from Seattle who also just wants to get away from his real life and see maybe if the mountain is something fun to do. Especially with Theo, you will have nice interactions. He is taking pictures for his Instagram account, which is also actually a real-life Instagram account. So that's on top of that also a very nice thing to see how the developer said, you know what, actually we'll link this character more into a real world with his own social media presence. So there's that.
Celeste overall has the image of climbing a mountain, taking the challenge and overcoming your own limitations. That has two meanings. Both in the physical world, where there's the actual mountain that you have to climb and to overcome the levels, and there's also, of course, the inner challenge, overcoming your fear and anxiety. Can you actually make this? Is it a ridiculous thing to do? Is there even a point in doing that? Both of those things are, of course, what we will manage to do after finishing the game, and it's really interesting to see how it also gets personified in Dark Mud Lane, which is a copy of yourself, founded in the roots of your own fear and anxiety, and that the mountain sort of pushed out through its magic powers.
Death and depression are topics that are usually not talked about in such small games, and it's nice to see how there are two different situations where this is actually in focus besides the gameplay itself. We'll have a nice fireplace where Theodore and Madeleine will sit down and talk to each other and having really profound and deep conversations, which I didn't expect, and it actually rounds up the story and the characters, of course, and making them more plastic and, of course, more interesting to us as well. We care a lot about Theodore making it through the mountain as well, and of course we care even more about Madeleine finally overcoming her challenge. No, what? So yeah, the game crashed 2 times in my playthrough. Luckily the checkpoint saved everything, but still it's a little sad to see this. The game is really well done, just that crash, I mean, they happen, and I don't think that the developers are at fault here, but still, gotta mention this, right?
This is at the beginning of the game. It's really well done, and it has implications of, hey, maybe you want to speedrun this game. The first time you play the game, you will have actually a nice experience where you just sit down, play it, get to know the world and everything, and just go through it within sort of 8 hours. It took me 8 hours at least. And after that, you will find so many more hidden collectibles. You unlock a mini game if you are lucky and see where you have to go, and you will get to know the world a second time. Now with an even better look at where's maybe a hidden path, where can I unlock something. There's even a chapter 8 up to the storyline, which you have to unlock first by playing through the game, and then you also have to find hidden collectibles in the main world first, before you can even access the level, which is nicely done. And that chapter 8 even delivers a greater challenge overall. Celeste is definitely one of those games that you want to experience as well if you like platforming and also have some extra bits to it with some nice story. Both can be found in Celeste, and especially in Nintendo Switch the game runs very well. There's a lot of fun to control even, and I'd say it's the perfect fit of the two platforms. Whether you play at home or on the go, it's always nice to just have a go at Celeste. And the additional speedrunning options, like having an extra clock on the top left corner, invites you to just go again and say, hey, maybe you want to try the chapter again and see how fast you can do it this time. And it's just really nice to see overall as a package. So, should you buy Celeste? I say yes. If you want to have a full written score, of course, visit our website on thenewbyte.com, and in general visit our social media spaces and of course even our Discord, which is also linked in the video description down below. My name is Celeste, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next video. If you want to see my last review, check it out here, and if you want to see an automatically recommended video fitting to your desires, take a look here. Thanks again for watching, subscribe please, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.